There are many reasons why customers want to upgrade their LIMS. Going off support, new features, and too much customization, to name a few. Before going through the upgrade process of your LIMS, there are three big things to consider: the customization, the not-so-obvious items, and the architecture. First, customization. There are a major consideration when upgrading your LIMS. Your custom code in the old version might be standard functionality in the upgraded version, so all that will be needed is to configure the out-of-the-box functionality. But if there's no new functionality for your custom code, you must consider the implication of moving the customization to the new version. Hopefully the changes were well documented and the code stored in a different location. A deep dive analysis will be needed to better assess which customization need to be moved to the upgraded system and how it should be done. We need to ask ourselves, to what extent does the customization impact other parts of the system? Again, an evaluation will be needed on those other parts. The second consideration would be the not-so-obvious part. Those would be the smaller processes that need to be addressed that are sometimes missed. For example, when you upgrade, there might be third-party connections or instrument interfaces that need to be revalidated. Another example is system delivery. All documentation needs to be reviewed and/or updated. We're talking about global and local SOPs, design specification, user training, etc. You may need to develop new installation documentation and review your PQs and OQs. On minor upgrades, you may need to develop regression testing documents. Remember, documentation and approval always take longer than anticipated and will impact your upgrade delivery timeline. Plan for resource availability. The business might be too busy to take time to test things, and lab staff usually don't have time. This again may impact your upgrade delivery. An upgrade is a full-fledged project and it should be considered as such. The final consideration is architecture. Application and database servers might need to be upgraded along with the LIMS upgrade. Time needs to be allocated for procurement or setup of the new environment, web server installation such as IIS or Apache, database client software, user access, DNS changes, firewall settings, site printer availability, etc. Of course, all those components and all workflows of your new LIMS must be tested and validated. If a client is rehosting its application to a new facility, the item mentioned in the previous point all apply. We may need to pay a bit more attention to firewall security, especially if we have third-party connections to an ERP as an example. Data transfer from one facility to the other will be crucial. We need to ensure that all data gets copied, especially database dumps. With all this in mind, don't let IT run your upgrade. If they don't understand the business process within the LIMS, you'll end up with a technically sound system that is not fit for purpose. You must have subject matter expert on the project.